All right, let's get into it. Happy Wednesday and welcome to the breakdown with your girl Marcy. I know I'm late. Please, no judgment at this time due to occupation and some other things in traffic because I'm in Atlanta. Reverend Mother, brother, sister, cousin, forgive me. But I'm here now. That's all that matters. We're going to go ahead and jump into it. First let me just start out and saying why I'm doing this. So I usually have morning calls with a specific small group of people, and we talk about different things on how we can make ourselves better, make our situations better, whether it's in the workplace, relationships, within ourselves, family, all these other different topics. And so I said, one of the people, because I'm trying to keep folks anonymous because I love them, one of them was saying, we really talk about some profound things. Why don't we share it or put it more so, publicize it on this whole YouTube thing? And I said, you know what I got to lose, which is nothing. I said, there's some things that I know that you might know, something that we can relate to, talk about it, grow, and then kind of flow from there. But I'm super excited. So it's going to be something I do every Wednesday. I'm still praying, thank you Jesus, thank you Lord, about the time frame. 7 o'clock was the magic number, but I see that it might migrate to maybe 8 o'clock, but I ain't trying to creep into the 8:30 because the way my sleeping pattern is set up, your girl's got to get her daily dose of her 8 hours because that's important. But we're still flexing and trying to figure some things out. I might be doing it here inside my office, or I might be doing it out on the street. There's going to be just a lot of different components that's going to come and combine with this because I feel like it's something cool to do and something that can also help, other people. You never know who's going through what or might have some questions about certain topics. Because my biggest thing is, yes, I've experienced a lot of things when it comes to the workplace, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to these other things. I want to be able to share. I want to be able to hear some feedback from you guys as far as some topics that you might want to talk about or discuss for next week or the week after, etc., etc. But it's just a comfortable environment. It's just me, we cousins. It's official. You my second, third, fourth cousin, twice removed on mama's side from the baby's daddy, who is no longer here because he's doing something else, but we still family. It doesn't matter because I still love you. But we're going to have fun. And like I said, the title or the whole series is going to be called The Breakdown because there are going to be some times where, yes, we're talking about hot topics, especially today I want to talk about something specific. But then there's going to be times where we're going to be talking about some books that I've read as far as my leadership books that I've shared on my calls with some friends and some mentees, and really breaking it down and seeing how we can integrate it with this whole millennial thing, with technology and other components, and seeing how we can flex in our best way. All right, so we're going to hop into it. The topic that I actually want to talk about today, because I'm starting to see more and more of this online, on the news, and just in social talking with other people on various other topics, but suicide. Let's talk about it like it's real. Let's break it down. What are these components that lead to the whole suicide things, and what can we do as either supporters or even someone who might be battling certain types of thoughts? What can we do to overcome and really make the best decision that's going to benefit not only us, but our family and the people that who we call our family, around us, and just make this a whole deal. But mental health is something that's been talked about with a lot of celebrities, and it's a real thing, seeing now more and more, from recent, Miss USA or Miss Universe, her passing away because it was all the whole suicide stuff. And then her mom making that statement saying that she's been battling a lot of things. One of my things that I have noticed, not only within our middle-aged older people, but it's starting to really migrate down to our kids, dealing with online bullying, in-house bullying now that we're going back to school, this whole thing with the whole pandemic, separation, kids don't really know how to socialize like they used to when it came to the simple stuff. So it's almost like we need to get back to the basics. What do we need to do to protect mental health? What do we need to do to help, lower these cases, especially in our young kids when it comes to these suicidal thoughts and these at the execution of, them completing it. And then really finding out the root cause when it comes to depression, which leads to a lot of these other subsidies and these other thoughts. But one thing I want to make sure I set up here if you are having those types of thoughts where, you're feeling like I'm nobody, it's just a lot going on, I feel by myself, there is a 1-800 number. Me, I recommend going to church, talking to your pastor. That's me. That's my preference. If I'm having challenges or feeling like, less than, I love to go to my spiritual advisor and talk things out and help me get back on track, and do that. But some people, they don't have that particular religious belief. But there is a 1-800 number, and it's 1-800-273-8255. That's like the suicide hotline. They got these people 24/7 ready to talk it out, help you get your thoughts together, breathe about it, and then, help you get over the hump, whatever that hump may be. But one of the things that I've noticed as far as like in studies from like the CDC and a few other doctors and universities that put stuff out, and I'm gonna make sure I cite that because I ain't got time for YouTube to be like, where you get these facts from? I got this YouTube, we here, because I ain't got time to get flagged. But one of the things that I've noticed whenever I was doing more research, looking at age, looking at demographics, socio-economic type of deal, ethnicity, a lot of components that affect these thoughts with people. And one of the things I said was, what can I do, meaning you too, because like I said, we cousins twice removed on our baby mama's daddy side, et cetera, et cetera. What can we do? Sometimes it seems like some of the most strongest people have the great personality, look like nothing bothers them. They might be battling some things at home. They might be putting on this whole face because they're in public or they're doing this and that. The importance on checking on family, checking on friends, simple texts like, hey, hope you're having a great day, smooches, I love you. Y'all gonna hear me say that a lot because that's just like my thing. And even, a physical pop-up saying, hey, let's go to Starbucks and get a cup of coffee, or hey, there's doing some outside theater, let's go catch an event, a show, whatever the case may be. It's important not to have people isolated. And we've been isolated for so long with this whole pandemic thing. As I mentioned earlier, it's important to get back to the basics of communication. And one of the things my parents always taught me, a happy baby is a talking baby. A happy kid is a talking kid. When people are talking, we know what's going on because they're communicating. But it's the moment that the transition happens and the talking stops. And when you say stop, meaning they're not as detailed and like, oh, how was your day? Oh, it was fine. Or it was okay. Versus saying, oh my God, I got to see this, I went to go do that. Like the more detail people have in their conversation, the more you can piece together to see what's going on. But whenever that conversation takes a shift and it's more on the negative side, or it's kind of short, close-ended, then we know there's something wrong. And me, I have a associate of mine that has been having some challenges because they've been unemployed for so long. And I took it upon myself as a good friend, and I'm like minimum 2 times a week. I'm calling you or I'm texting you to seeing how you're doing and just really keeping the finger on the pulse. Are we breathing? Yes, we're breathing. Okay, we're still good. And then, even saying, hey, I got this such and such time off. I'm going to come see you. I make it part of my priority because I know the importance of socialization and communication and really building relationships. Because, again, that's the foundation to help keep certain things under check and submission. But we need to talk about what can we do to help keep the positive endorphins flowing and going, to help keep these thoughts of like depression and mental illness and stuff, at a lower level. Because like I said, it's crazy right now. One of the things that I love to do to help me get out of a funk is giving back. Whether it's with your community, whether it's with your church, whether it's for your family. I mean, it's just something about giving back that helps to release those positive endorphins that allow you to escape whatever issue that you might be facing, to say, I'm channeling this energy on this. I feel good about it because it's putting back into me as I'm giving back to them. Because one of my favorite nonprofits, shout out to Choices, which is the center helping obesity in children end successfully. Whenever I was having some issues as far as like, I just felt like I wasn't really doing enough, volunteered, went and did the whole food pantry thing, and really being able to see people who did not have get something, the attitude of gratitude and thankfulness. It was just like, you know what? Boom goes the cannon. I feel good about it. I made an impact in somebody's life. Therefore, I'm okay. And then it makes me reflect to say, I'm thankful I got a job. I'm thankful I have food in the refrigerator. I'm thankful, got gas in the car or tires, because some people, they might be on cinder blocks or something like that. But, it's just the time to say thank you. And that's one of the other ways to help overcome these negative thoughts or these energies, is thinking on the things that you do have and what you're grateful and thankful for. You might say, Marcia, that sounds so simple, but it's just so much hell, so much crap that's going on. Hey, it could be worse. That's why I'm saying, taking that moment, that time to reflect, to really say, okay, even though I don't have the money that I might need to take care of X, Y, and Z, I'm grateful that I have enough to cover this. I haven't been on a vacation in over 6 months, but I'm thankful that I got a roof over my head. I might not, be in a relationship with somebody special, but I'm thankful I'm not associated with somebody toxic that's taking from me. There's always ways to spin it, but in order to spin it, sometimes you need to have that buddy or that person to call, text, and bounce it off of them and just really say it out loud. Because one of the things I said to one of my associates today, the powers of positive thinking and affirmations. Like, we got 5 that we say all the time whenever we do our little check-ins, okay? Marcy, what's going on? I said, me, I am healthy, I am smart, I am thankful, I'm here to make change, and I'm here to make impact. We say this stuff over and over. We're all about changing where we are and what we're doing, and it's part of that manifestation and affirmation. So again, in regards to mental health and wellness, it's time to talk about it. Find you a buddy, like I said, whether it's in church, whether it's in, a private sector, something in the community, somebody that you can confide in and really talk about it. And again, if you're having these thoughts, I recommend going to church, because that's what I do as far as when I'm having challenges or having concerns. But then, like I mentioned earlier about the whole 1-800 number, 1-800-273-8255 is the suicide hotline, and talk it out. The worst thing you can do is be quiet. Now is the time to speak up. Now is the time to address this thing head on and say, you know what? I might be battling this or having challenges with this, but I got to remember I'm not in this by myself. If you feel like you're by yourself, listen, call me, meaning direct message me through Instagram, or, send me something in the comments on YouTube, whatever the case may be. I don't mind adding you to my list of people who I love to chat with, okay? Because it gives me, a feeling of accomplishment, and the positive endorphins are flowing and going. And then, I got me a new talking buddy in case somebody else can't talk to me because they say I talk too much, and I don't know what they mean. But like I said, because we family now, okay? So again, it's all about putting this thing up front, taking it on head on, and making sure that we talk about it. Because the only way we're going to fix a problem is if we talk about it, create a plan or solution to fix it, and then grow from there. So again, communication is key. If we're not talking about it, then we can't be about it, then we can't find out what's the root cause so we can fix it. The whole therapy aspect is very important. I don't care what people say. They say, oh, you crazy if you got to go to a therapist and talk this out. Listen, I'd rather go to a therapist, get the thoughts out my head and out my heart so that I don't go do something crazy, than keep it all boggled in and then just snap on you, your mama too, or do something crazy like take my life, which can and will impact the people that are associated with me. Again, let's talk about it. Direct message me, call me, beat me. If you want to reach me in the words of Kim Possible, I got you. But now is the time to talk about it. Now is the time to take action, and it's not too late. As long as you got breath in your body, you have time. It's the moment when you have no more breath, then you ain't got no breath, you ain't got no more time. All right? So until next week, because I don't know quite yet what I'm going to talk about. I gotta see, because I have actually my monthly call on tomorrow, on Thursday. So I might kind of pick their brain and see what they're thinking about, talking about, and then we might just jump straight into one of the books, breaking down a chapter and see how we can make it relevant for, us in the whole workforce and relationships and all that other little good stuff. But we'll figure it out. But either way, we family. As of today, if you're watching this, I love you. You are special. You are important to me. And I can't wait to see you next week on Wednesday. I mean, I can't physically see you, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. I can't wait to see you. And it's giving me another piece of motivation to keep pushing, because I don't know who's watching me, looking at me, but I'm not by myself. So you need to know that you're not by yourself either. So this is it for tonight on the breakdown with Marcy, and we're going to get back with it on next Wednesday, God willing. As long as the As long as the creek don't rise, as the old people say. I got y'all covered for next Wednesday, and we're going to talk about it. I'll post something on Instagram to see what that topic is going to be, depending on tomorrow. But again, send me a message on Instagram, and it's Miss Marcy McCoy on Instagram. I don't use Snapchat, so please don't try to communicate up there with that. And then, like I said, in the comments, write something, and then we can go from there. I'm also going to put in the bio the email address if you want to send an email about something, or if you have like an experience you want to share. We definitely want to talk about it. And then next week, we're going to be having some other engagement from one of our sponsors, and I'm thankful for that and grateful for the relationships made for this piece too. But we're going to give some more information on that next week. But again, until next time, smooches. Mwah!